Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Retro, and in this series of videos we're going to take a look at my humble video game collection. It's been quite a while since my last video and a lot has changed. A lot of new games have been added to my collection, and also I've moved and have an entire room for just my collection now. I've been collecting for I think over 6 years, and I think the count is around 3,500 games at this moment. My criteria for the collection are: the games either need to be good, they need to be unique or special, obscure, rare or valuable. That's basically my criteria, and there's also some odd things that I just like because I played them in my childhood, etc., while they're not even good games. So, I hope you enjoy watching this. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Like me on facebook.com/drretromd to stay up to date on everything, and of course subscribe to the channel for a lot more videos. Enjoy watching! Let's get started with an overview of the room. You can see here, I'm standing in the doorway now. This is what you see when you look in. This is my hexagonal display cabinet, which I'm really happy with. It has some of my gems. On the right you see a lot of cabinets, on the left you see a lot of cabinets, and in this video we're going to start back right, so there with the NES stuff, and we're going to work our way up through the rest. First, some more overview. Gonna have a quick scroll through everything. What you see here is PC stuff. In there is more PC stuff. Then all the way to the left we have, this is AES, Game & Watch, more PC. This is my Sega cabinet. Over there the glimmering stuff are the protection boxes for the Super Nintendo games. And in the bottom there is Game Boy. Gonna go closer here. This is a lot of the Super Nintendo stuff. This is another cabinet with rare stuff. And it's really hard to maneuver sometimes here because the spaces are cramped. Everything is full with games, as you can see. This is NES. All the way up, World of Nintendo, Power Glove there, sign, and another sign. Then in the middle here we have a PSP cabinet which has my PS3 games, PSP games, and on the other side my Xbox stuff. Here is the other side of that hexagonal thingy. Then on the other side we have the PlayStation 1 cabinet, filled to the brim of course with PlayStation 1 games. And on top there's a lot of special editions, etc. Then here we have PlayStation 2, a whole wall of white. And there's some more PlayStation 1 and American PlayStation 1. On top there's a lot of stuff, press kits, limited editions, etc. And then on the back side there we have a lot of press kits. And in the bottom there's Wii and Xbox. So let's get started with singling out some games. Before we get to the console specific cabinets, I want to show you this display cabinet that's in the middle of my room. It's one of the coolest things I have in my collection, just because it's a really cool display, and of course I have some nice stuff to put in there. Let's start with the top row. You see some AES games and some Saturn games. Then in the bottom one you have a lot of Zelda versions. Pretty much every regular Zelda is in there. Then PlayStation 2 rarities and PlayStation 1 commemorative discs, the one you see top left. One bottom below that we have some really rare PC games, Elder Scrolls Arena, Daggerfall and Battlespire. And then to the left we have Doom and Wolfenstein 3D. And in the bottom you see a couple of press kits, Ico, Last of Us, God of War and Ni no Kuni. Because of the glare it's not easy to get these sides on good, but here you have some more Sega stuff, Zelda stuff. This is a debugger, PlayStation 1 and some rare PlayStation 1 games. Rare PC stuff, and in the bottom is the Dishonored press kit. Then 2 Mega Drive games, another layer of Zeldas. Below that is some rare PlayStation 1 stuff like Blue's Clues, Castlevania, Grand Theft Auto. These two are considered the rarest PlayStation 1 games in European PAL format. PC stuff, and there's the Sonic Generations press kit. And on this side again, really cramped, but you gotta have choices here. It's either more games or more space. So you have Matrimile and Windjammers for the AES. Zeldas, especially the CDI ones there. Some more rare PlayStation 1 and 2 games, Suikoden's, Zombie Hunters 2, PC stuff. and in the bottom it's a really rare PlayStation 1 set. And then the last side of the cabinet, a really cool Godfather the Game press kit. If you want to see that, check out the video. This is Demon Souls, Final Fantasy X press kit, and the Zeldas for the CDI, all versions. So you have Dutch, English, small box, long box, etc. And Zelda Game & Watch you see over there. And up top we have some more Game & Watches, and this one is really cool. This is a shipping box for this one. So Donkey Kong 3. The NES. So I'm trying to pause not too long at every console, because then the video will be just too long. I will make special videos for every console later the coming months. So this is a World of Nintendo cabinet, as you can see. It still has functional light, which is one of the coolest things in my collections. On top you have a Power Glove, World of Nintendo sign, and there you have a Super Mario World sign. And I arranged these Nintendo NES games on first the black boxes, silver boxes, small boxes, and then just alphabetical. So let's get it a little closer so you can see the titles. If you want to see something more up close, just pause the video and check it out. And if you have any questions, of course, feel free to reply. Send me a message on Facebook or on YouTube. Something I'm really proud of here, the complete Mega Man set in English, European version and American version. And here in the bottom we have the last few regular NES games, at least in my opinion regular. Then in the bottom lot you have Stack Up, Gyromite and Rob, and the deluxe set. That's the entire Rob collection, and also in hole coated European PAL. That's the Dutch version, which I'm really proud to have. Here's a VV sign for Final Fantasy 9. Then we get to the display cab, and this one has some of my gems. Here for the NES, it's not easy to see, so let's open it up to get a closer look without the glare. There we go. Some special ones, let's see, Euphoria there, Banana Prince, Snow Brothers, Hammering Harry, Trolls, Pugsley Scavenger Hunt. Then we have a layer of SNES games, mostly American RPGs, Evo, Chrono Trigger, favorite RPG of all time. Snowball Kids 2, really rare European Nintendo 64 game. Then some Game Boy stuff, Amazing Tater, really rare. Some rare of the Sega games, Mega 6 and 1 Part 3 I believe that is, really rare, or Part 6. Mega Man Wily Wars. And up here some more NES gems, Stadium Events, PAL B version in mint condition. You will not find a minter copy. A complete Action 52, 100% complete. Check out the video if you want to see how a 100% complete copy looks, because there is a lot that comes with that. And some more Super Nintendo stuff, Mega Man X1, X2, X3, Mega Man 7, X1 you'll see later, Castlevania, etc, etc. And this is something really cool. This is a Rodland prototype with a camera reel for the magazines. Then up top we have Mega Man 9 press kit, still sealed, some big box Super Nintendo games, most notably there the Earthbound, also really mint. Love that. Time to go a step to the right. First up top, what's notable there is the Atari stock you see on the left, and of course the complete in box Virtual Boy. Then we get to the SNES games. Some really rare ones in there, but also just some really good games that are not really rare, like Aladdin and the Battletoads, which I really love. The next layer has Kirby's Dream Land 3, didn't get released in Europe. Mega Man X1 completes the X set. There on the right there are my Turbografx 16 games. Don't have a lot of those, only 6, but some cool ones, especially Bonk's Adventure and Galaga 90. Then the next layer of Super Nintendo. Super Alesti, a really cool shoot 'em up. Sunset Riders, also a hard to find game. Super Metroid, of course. Super Mario Land, which is amazingly hard to find, but that's because it got bundled. Here we have a Nintendo 64, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Nintendo 64 is my least favorite Nintendo console. Doesn't have that many great games in my opinion, but I've said that before and we've had discussions about that before. Then we are with the Game Boy, my favorite handheld system. Let's see what's notable in here. The Final Fantasy, Legend 1, 2 and 3. Here I have Golden Sun 1 and 2, Kid Icarus, Kirby's Dream Land 1 and 2, Kirby's Dream Land being one of my favorite Game Boy games. I love the Mega Man games, still looking for Mega Man 4 and 5 complete for the Game Boy, but those are not only incredibly hard to find but also incredibly expensive. A lot of Pokemon games. I grew up with Pokemon Red, by far my favorite. Super Mario Land games, Wario Land games. Here you have my DS collection, trying to get the cool games and RPGs like the Castlevania series, which are really good. Chrono Trigger remake. Which one did I love as well? Let's see what's in there. Princess Peach, Super Princess Peach is actually quite a fun game. It's not too hard. And of course Advance Wars Dual Strike, which is amazing. So let's get to the next one. First we have here on the side my PlayStation 3. Nothing really special there. There are not really rare games yet except that one NBA game, but I don't need that. And here on the bottom there is my PSP collection. Not really looking for PSP games at the moment. I just pick these up as I go. Usually on flea markets. Quite cheap. Then the next cabinet is going to be quite hard, so let's take a different angle. So this is the Sega part of my collection, and because it's right across the display cabinet, it's a bit cramped here, so I need to get some room. Up top we have a really big Zelda the Wind Waker box, some Game Boy versions, Dreamcast, Sega Mega Drive with Mega CD, and then the Mega Drive games. Batman and Robin, Adventures of Batman and Robin, totally different game than the Super Nintendo one. Fantasia, which I loved as a kid, friend had that. Phantasy Star series, Rise Star, which is a really cool game, Rocket Knight Adventures of course, and the Sonics, who doesn't have the Sonics. Streets of Rage, Turtles games, Toki, which is a really cool platforming game in my opinion, action platformer. Xenon 2, one of my favorite shoot 'em ups. Small collection of Sega CD games, Final Fight CD is in there, Night Trap of course. It's not a good game, it's just a legendary game. Then for the Sega Saturn, pretty much everything there is that's worthwhile in my opinion, except still looking for Dragon Force, I believe it's called. As you see there, Enemy Zero, Guardian Heroes, Mega Man X3, Shinobi X, Shining Force, Shining the Holy Ark, Toriko. So that's the Saturn. Then the Dreamcast, Marvel vs. Capcom, still looking for part 2. Street Fighter 3, the Third Strike, I have that coming in. It's not in yet, so it's not in here. Sonic Adventure 2 collection. This is a handheld that I had as a kid. Iron Sword, really cool. Horrible game, but I played it a lot as a kid. Then a big collection of guides and Nintendo Power magazines, etc. Then my small Rodland collection, pretty much every Rodland version out there, so Amiga, C64, etc. This is a Tetris board game, some Game Genies and Action Replays for different systems, and some more board games, Frogger, Donkey Kong, Zaxxon, Pac-Man, Nintendo Monopoly, Angry Video Game Nerd, DVDs with autographed postcard because we did a trade a couple of years ago. Thanks for the games. I think I gave him Lion King for the NES, don't quite remember. Next up is this stuff. There's a Saturn, some more rare AES games, Fatal Fury 3, Samurai Showdown 3. These two tubes are press kits for Resistance and some PlayStation 2 Samurai game, I believe. PlayStation 1 Net Gerosi console. Then for the AES, some really cool games. AES is one of my favorite consoles because just these games are so old school arcade, perfect. Really love it. Especially the ones that I have in the display cabinet. That's the reason I put them there. Then some old video VHS tapes, Mario Bros, Donkey Kong Country, etc. Sega Game Gear. Here we have some Game & Watches, all complete in box. Donkey Kong 1, 2, Junior. You already saw Donkey Kong 3. Greenhouse, Mario Bros, Mario Cement Factory, Mickey Mouse. Oh no, Mickey and Donald, that one. Really love those Game & Watches. Really collectible. Some accessories or random stuff. Then PC. I've been doing a lot of PC collecting lately, and I think my collection is quite nice. It's not done yet. Still a lot of games on my list. I have some of those games coming in the next few weeks. Can't show them yet. Things like Commander Keen 4 complete in box. Yeah, something more. But yeah, you have to film it sometime, right? Balls of Steel there, my favorite pinball game ever. Carmageddon, favorite racing game. These are just some DVD games for the PC and some smaller big boxes. I had some room for some plushes, etc. and little dolls, and so I put them there. Big PlayStation commercial thing. Then more PC. Warcraft, World of Warcraft limited editions. Here are some gems: Loom, Mega Man X3, Little Big Adventure 2, which is, of course, like I said 1,000 times, the best game of all time. And basically my criteria for collecting PC games is either rare games or games that I loved as a kid. And a lot of these are games that I loved as a kid. I have to be honest and say that I didn't play Redguard, that's just a rare game. But games like Dungeon Keeper, FIFA 98, Road to the World Cup, Grand Theft Auto, etc. Those are games that I loved as a kid. But I'm still a collector, and some games just have collectible value, and that's the reason for getting them. Heart of Darkness, really liked that game as a kid. It was quite hard. I didn't pass the second or third screen, I think, but still I loved it. Complete King's Quest collection. Still looking for a lot of the Larry games. Magic the Gathering, played that a lot as well. Loved the card game, and PC game was okay. Not super, but it was okay. Quake and a lot of its expansions. And here you have the Mortal Kombat set, my favorite fighting game of all time. No doubt about that. So this is what is my console collection. A lot of NES, box versions, Wii's, PlayStations, Turbografx 16, Gamecube. The camera I'm holding right now, and then on the left we have more PC stuff. Let's see what's in there. Some Resident Evil versions, Sonic, Shadow Warrior, great game, Duke Nukem Engine, StarCraft and its expansions and unofficial expansions, Insurrection. These are all three StarCraft limited editions. No, the regular edition and the two limited editions. So Zerg, Terran and Protoss front, box front. More PC, as you can see, Ultimas, Wizardries, incoming, Warcraft. Oh, actually I have a couple more games that I just stashed to the side. They're here. I haven't put those on alphabetical yet. Redneck Rampage, Warcraft, Warcraft 2, Rama. So let's get to the left side of the room. What you didn't see when we came in, but what's definitely worth looking at, is this door decal, which was originally in a store. It's Link with a crossbow. Then here you have a store poster of Zelda Phantom Hourglass, which was a great game in my opinion. That's the reason I bought my DS. And up here is an original Mario sign from Mario Bros. 2 from a store again. Then let's get to the GameCube. Up top you have the big box GameCube games and a Mega Man doll I found at a flea market for €1. So I was quite happy that day. GameCube games, as far as I consider my GameCube collection is complete. There's not a game I'm still looking for. I have all the good titles, I have all the rare titles. At least as far as I know. Fire Emblem, really loved that series, but those games are tough as nails. Ikaruga, great game as well, one of the best shoot 'em ups I've ever played, but also really hard. At some point it just gets so ridiculously hard that I'm not good enough to finish it. The Metroid games, also really good. Then we have the Resident Evil remake series for the GameCube. Some of the Mario, Super Mario Sunshine, which is considered to be one of the weakest Marios in this series. And that was it for the GameCube. Let's get back up top. Sorry if I'm moving a bit fast there. What we have here is a collection of press kits, limited editions, special sets, etc. But most of these are press kits. Up top you see God of War 3, God of War Chains of Olympus, Potapon, The Cage of Spyro, There you have a PlayStation 3 Move kit, etc. Gran Turismo 5. Here are some more press kits, most notable ones I made a video of, so if you want to see these press kits unboxed, check out my channel and see for the unboxing videos. Here's the Splatterhouse one, and one of my favorites, this one is Ghost Hunter. Amazing kit. PlayStation Vita kit. A lot more PlayStation 2 and 1 games. Here we have the Uncharted 3 kit. It's Nathan Drake's bag. Some more press kits and other press materials. Then some PlayStation 1 sets, not press sets, but limited editions and bundles. Then we get to the Wii. Last Story, Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm still missing one of those. The third one, I can't think of the name at the moment. This is my Wii collection, but it's missing about half of the games because I lent them out to my nephew who's enjoying my Wii at the moment. Missing the Mario games, the Kirby games, etc. Klonoa. Those are all at his house. But still some good games. The Wii does have some good games, but it's nothing compared to PlayStation 2, etc. It's not a great console in my opinion. Same goes for Xbox. I think I have all the exclusives that are worth getting, and yeah, it's, as far as I consider, done. I don't have Otogi 2, that's the only one I'm still looking for. Best game on the Xbox by far, by the way, Ninja Gaiden. Nothing beats Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox. And have it noted that I'm not a Halo fan, so that's probably why I didn't pick that. Back up top, Metal Gear Solid stuff. A big box. This is the press kit for Uncharted 1. Metal Gear Solid, limited editions. There you have the Medieval 2 press kit that apparently toppled over. It's not supposed to lie down like that. Then PlayStation 2, and let's get from a different angle again. So PlayStation 2, I'm trying to move slowly so you can read the titles if you want, if you pause the video. What I can tell you about this is that as far as I'm concerned, this PlayStation 2 collection is complete. I'm only looking for one more PlayStation game, and that's on the PlayStation 1, and that's Tekken 2 commemorative disc. That completes the commemorative discs that I showed before. Those are in the display cabinet. And what you see here, yeah, pretty much everything that's either worthwhile, obscure, rare, good, remotely rare, remotely obscure, pretty much everything. PlayStation 2 is still so easy to pick up that when I started with this, I just bought them, yeah, by the kilo. They were so easy and so cheap to find. Let's change the angle again to get you a better view. I can't tell a lot about these different titles because they're just too much, but every series on the PlayStation 2 that's worthwhile is in here. The Jak and Daxters, the Ratchet and Clank, Metal Slug, Metal Gear. Even versions, like different variants, like this one was only available in England with the sleeve. Same goes for this one, Metal Gear Solid 2 in the tin. A lot of sealed ones as well, Mega Man X7 and X8 complete and sealed. All fighting games, all RPGs. Yeah, like I said, it's just so easy to pick these up that I didn't really have criteria. I just picked up everything. At some point I had too many PlayStation 2 games. I decided to throw away some. Most notably my collection of the obscure Phoenix games, because those are just too horrible. They take in too much space and they're too horrible to keep. I just saw Okami, one of my favorite PlayStation 2 RPGs. Really love that. It's one of the best Zelda clones ever, if not better than the average Zelda. So that was this PlayStation 2. So the next one, again, let's first start up top. I put that Medieval back up where it belongs. Here we see a lot of PlayStation 3 limited editions. All the Assassin's Creed ones, most of them still sealed, except part 1. This display you see there is really cool. It's a PlayStation promo item that was given away at only certain store owners. It's a PlayStation branded photo frame. So the games were at the S. So I have an entire Billy IKEA cabinet full of PlayStation 2, and then even more. Then we're already only at the S. SingStar, one of my guilty pleasures, like I said on Facebook. Really love playing that with friends once in a while. Spyro games, SSX. Oh, I'm actually missing one of the SSX games. but those are not really high profile games that I'm looking to get. PlayStation 2 games are still really common at flea markets, etc. So I'll pick those up once in a while. Here you see one of the tin boxes for the PlayStation 2 Test Drive Unlimited. Suikoden games, Suikoden 3, 4, 5 and Tactics. 3 is a American only version, so you'll see that one later. Because here with the colored spines we have the American PlayStation 2 games. The .hack GU series. Trying to get all the RPGs that we didn't have, but I'm still missing a lot of them. So if you have some of those and want to trade with me, feel free to contact me. I'm still looking for a lot of those, as you can see. I do have the Xenosagas, the Tales, etc. Then we're up to PlayStation 1. And we're going to start with the American PlayStation 1 games. Same as with the American PlayStation 2 games, I'm trying to get the RPGs and the rare games. Here you see some of the rarer RPGs: Tactics Ogre, Valkyrie Profile, Persona 1 and 2, Einhander, really great shoot 'em up, probably the best shoot 'em up on PlayStation 1. And here you see these are all NTSC exclusives. They did not get released in Europe. That's the reason why I got them. Art the Lad collection and the Lunar 1 and 2 collection sets. And then we're up to the European PlayStation 1. Gonna go through this quickly again, same as PlayStation 2. There are just too many. And like I said, I have completed this collection, at least in my opinion. I don't have every game, I don't want every game. I only want the good ones, the rare ones, the obscure ones, the ones worth getting, and as far as I'm concerned, that's done. Like I said, only that Tekken 2 commemorative disc is still missing in my collection, but that's not an official retail release. This is a Street Fighter Alpha thingy. Let's put that on the side, and let's view the last row here on the bottom, so we can get to the big PlayStation 1 cabinet. We're nearing the end of the tour because this is the end of the room. Up top we have limited editions for PlayStation 3, all regular store-bought ones, so no press versions there. On the right we have gun sets for the PlayStation 1. Then top of this PlayStation cabinet, which is my first original store cabinet, and it holds a major amount of PlayStation 1 games. Really happy with that. And problem is you don't want to bump into this one, because if you do, everything will fall out. Up top we have some of the rare PlayStation 1 games: Clock Tower, Chocobo, Block Kids 2 still sealed, World Cup, the HMV version with the glittery front, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Tron Bonne, Team Buddies, Legend of Dragoon, Parodius, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Herc's Adventure, Harvest Moon. And let's scroll through the titles here. Again, you'll see a lot of RPGs, a lot of shoot 'em ups, action games, just everything. If you can think of a game that I don't have that I really must have, feel free to reply, of course, with your motivation why I should have it, and you might convince me to get that game for my collection. The entire Mega Man set of every Mega Man game released on the PlayStation 1 you saw there. The thing is, everything is alphabetical here, because if it's not, I can't find it anymore. Problem is, if you get a new game that starts with the B, everything needs to move. So usually I just do that once or twice a year and put in the new games, because if I do that every week, I'll spend half my days here just trying to rearrange everything. It's maybe a bit OCD, but it's also just practical. If I don't do it, I will lose track. I have a list in Excel to have my collection. I have pictures of every single game, and that's how I put them in my collection list. That's how I keep track. The collection list is synchronized with my telephone, etc., to make sure I have everything with me. These are some big box PlayStation 1 games, usually really budget games, but the big box are quite hard to find. Same goes for these memory packs, twin packs, etc., combo sets. So the last two rows, Tekken games. Not my favorite fighting game, don't really like it. As I said, Mortal Kombat is by far my favorite fighting series, and close second is the Street Fighter series. And here in the bottom we have some official rental versions, like these. Formula 1, sorry. They look a lot different than normal PlayStation 1 games. That's the reason why I got them, found them at flea markets. So that was the end of PlayStation 1. Then we have one last thing to see, and that's this small cabinet, which is not full yet, but it's supposed to become my PlayStation 2 rarities cabinet. Wild Arms 5, Ocean Commander, and Fire Pro Wrestling. You already saw those in my display cabinet, but these are the same, just language versions. And Wild Arms 5, really hard to get that limited edition. Brain Dead 13, this is a PlayStation 1 VHS. Metal Gear Solid didn't get released here. Mana Khemia limited edition. Some PSP limited editions, all sealed. Persona 3. Really love that game, playing that at the moment. Some more rare PlayStation 1 games, especially that Vanishing Point limited edition. Shooter set. Here we have the EA World Cup edition. It's incredibly hard to find, only saw one of those in my entire years of collecting. So that was it. I'm gonna give you one last scroll through, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I do enjoy collecting this. It's really my passion, as you can see. If you have any questions, feel free to reply here on YouTube, or on Facebook, of course. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/drretromd, to stay up to date on everything. Also get pictures now and then from new games I get in. Check out my website, www.dr.retro.com, to see all my other videos, and I hope you enjoyed watching this, and see you again next time. Bye bye.